Hey, what's up guys, John here. Kroger and Microsoft just made a partnership that will change everything about shopping. This is a facial recognition technology that's going to be rolled out throughout all of their stores.
Kroger using facial recognition technology.
High prices might not be the only thing you have to worry about at the supermarket these days. Somebody may be watching you.
Supermarkets are using facial recognition technology to catch thieves.
And this will allow Kroger to tailor prices to who you are as an individual.
Grocery chain says it's using the tech to determine gender and age to present targeted ads.
So let's say, for example, you like organic, healthy food. Well, maybe they know that even if the price goes up 5% or 10%, you will still buy it over, the non-organic food. Maybe you drink a lot of alcohol or smoke a lot of cigarettes, and they know if prices went up 5-10%, you would still pay.
Bring the bottle back.
Well, they're going to be able to tailor their entire business plan to who you are and the information in which they have. Now, many people go into a store like Vons, for example, or ShopRite, and they'll type in their number thinking, hey, I'm going to save a couple percent if I just tell them what I'm buying. Well, when they do that, now they have all this data about who individuals are as shoppers and how much they can make on them. It's really fascinating to kind of look at how fast and how crazy the world has changed this last couple of years. It's going to get a lot crazier.
Amazon deceived New Yorkers by not revealing it uses facial recognition software at its Go marketplaces.
Technology, data is more powerful and valuable than gold itself. And when we see everything that's happening right now in these big cities, for example, crime in San Francisco, in Philadelphia, in LA, the smash and grabs, people are looking for safety, looking for security. Well, this technology is going to allow these businesses, these cities that are suffering under a massive deficit to say, look, we can provide this to you. We can help you. We need to roll out this technology to make sure you're safe. And this is what's going to happen in the cities. This is what's going to happen in the stores. But imagine this. Imagine you have an app like TikTok or Instagram, and they know who your friends are because, all of us people, we're a collection of our friends, right? If you have a lot of friends that are highly successful, no criminal background or history, odds are you're that way as well, right? Or if you have a lot of friends that have criminal backgrounds, maybe they've served jail time, odds are you have probably been close to serving time, or maybe you have, right? They're going to be able to take all of this data and put it together and find out who is a high-risk individual to commit a crime, how people are shopping, how they're spending money. It's pretty fascinating because I think this is where it's all going. I think we're going to just see this major overhaul in the economy with technology due to all the changes that have unfolded the last few years. And this thing's about to ramp up. Microsoft is going to roll this thing forward with Kroger. And I just don't think it's possible that any of these big companies, these big stores, don't roll it out as well. Because you look at a company like Party City, they're laying off 15,000 people. You have Dollar Store issuing massive layoffs. You have, Petco in trouble. All these stores shutting down locations and cutting expenses. Well, with facial recognition technology, think about how much expense they could remove with that if they knew exactly who was walking into the store. And they knew exactly what it would likely cost to fulfill on these orders, what they're selling, what they're not selling to these specific individuals. They could increase prices accordingly. They could reduce staff accordingly. They could do all of these things, right? So this is what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to see a combination of people looking for security in cities, companies looking to cut expenses, and data will continue to get sold from these apps to these stores, and they're going to make billions and billions and billions of dollars selling all of this information. I think you look at a company like TikTok or an app like TikTok, ByteDance, that information, like the algorithm for TikTok is so powerful. It's a drop in the bucket compared to how powerful it could be when they start to roll this out for people's shopping experiences. And it's just going to be shocking. It's really going to be shocking. But one thing that really kind of surprises me the most is that a lot of people think that this isn't going to happen. On Amazon, My wife was talking to a clerk in Amazon just the other day, or not in Amazon, in Whole Foods, with the Amazon Palm thing, and she was like, yeah, about 20% of people are using this to shop. Now look, some people might think this is a good thing, but I think this is a big push into this technological revolution that's coming, right? Where people are like, they're paying with their hand, the facial recognition is almost like their credit card. But it makes me really wonder kind of how all of this is going to be connected. You have Amazon, you have Walmart now working on drone deliveries, right? They're doing these drone deliveries. This isn't just in America and some of these big cities and some of these test locations. This is, on a worldwide stage doing drone deliveries. They're looking to cut their expenses, and on these drivers, what do you think facial recognition technology will be able to do? It'll allow all these companies to be able to cut their expenses. It'll allow cities to be able to reduce their expenses with local police departments, funding the police, right? It's going to allow these cities to operate much more easily, more cost effective, and more efficiently. So the cities are going to be able to be more profitable. The city is going to have more information and data. They're going to become more valuable to be able to sell this information, and everything just favors the corporation. So when you have people like AOC saying, you steal, people should be able to steal some bread. This is the net result of that type of communication. People, it's went from that type of conversation to the smash and grabs in San Francisco, to Nordstrom smash and grabs, to Nordstrom and all these big locations closing down in San Francisco, to now people will easily adopt the facial recognition thing. And it might be a good thing. Some people might love it. Other people might think it's a big push towards a different type of world that they might not love. But I think this is the inevitable. I think this is definitely where it's going, and it would not surprise me to see a company like Microsoft being worth 5 or 10x what it's worth now because of this huge shift. Like, look at their acquisition of Activision. Look at their large stake that they took in Heineken. Bill Gates, and they're moving in this direction because they know consumers are going to be drinking more, they're going to smoke more, they're going to be spending more time at home, playing more games. VR is going to grow. Alternative reality, all that stuff is going to grow. And you look at a company like DeepSeek, for example, everything is moving towards AI. Everything is moving in the direction of where the world's going. So I saw that post on Twitter about, Kroger partnered up with Microsoft, and got like 700,000 views in the course of like a couple hours. Everyone's talking about it. It's because this is the future. This is where it's all going. And it's going to be shocking to watch everything happen the next 36 months, because that's how long I think it is. I think you look at the last 5 years, the next 36 months will be way crazier than the last 5 years, I promise you. And so people need to invest accordingly. They need to plan accordingly. Like, how does this not impact entry-level jobs? How does this not impact tens of millions of jobs in America? Whether you're a police officer, whether you work in the city, whether you are in a post office, whether you are, a clerk, a retailer, a barista, whatever it may be, technology is going to be coming for a lot of jobs. And people should invest accordingly and plan accordingly and set out their goals in accordance to this, because if all this is coming, which we all know it is, the government's going to print a ton of money to likely subsidize a lot of housing. They're going to subsidize a lot of things for Americans to meet their needs. Because if they don't, the world would basically just burst into chaos. That's going to happen. Plus, they need to inflate their way out of their $36 trillion deficit. It's going to be a lot easier to pay off that deficit with less valuable currency. So as they continue to do this, the rich are going to continue to pile into assets, and the middle class, most people are sitting in tons and tons and tons of debt. They're going to start defaulting. Banks are holding on to that debt, and as banks are holding on to that debt, they're going to start to walk into a problem, right? They're going to try to start fire selling off these assets, or they're going to just take a loss on them. So we could see this whole thing rippling out from small local regional banks to, I don't see how this doesn't impact the entire economy. But I think at the end, it's going to favor the rich. And if you have ambition and big goals, it's not too late. Like, if you have internet access, you can do anything that you want for the most part. You can learn anything very, very, very quickly using, like ChatGPT and all these different, tools online to advance your skills. You can hire inexpensive labor on Upwork and Fiverr and all these different companies online. Like, there's so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity. And if you have this internet access, which you do, you're watching this video, then you can figure it out if you want to figure it out. Doesn't matter if you're 60, 70 years old or 20 years old. You can definitely figure it out. I think time's of the essence to get rich. Next 36 months, I think, is going to be more important than ever to build wealth, to plan, and to make smart investments. And if you do, I think your family will thank you forever for it. I mean, I relocated my entire family to Cleveland because I think this wealth transfer, the next couple of years, will be the biggest in my entire lifetime. And I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to build wealth over this period than it will be for my kids that are 3 and 5 years old. It's going to be harder in 10 or 15 years to build substantial wealth than it will be today. So if you have a family you're looking to plan for, make the sacrifices now. Make the sacrifices, learn, apply yourself, and you'll be shocked at what you achieve over the next couple of years. Because everything's going to be coming up for sale. Middle class, they own most single family homes. There's so many mom and pop duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, there's single family houses, condos, townhouses, land, small businesses. As all of this is happening, everything is going to get disrupted by technology and inflation and insurance rising. They're going to be selling all of these businesses. They're going to be selling these properties. A lot of people aren't prepared for this. So if you are, if you think about the opportunity of buying a small business and being able to integrate technology to make them run more efficiently, there's going to be billion-dollar and trillion-dollar, conglomerates that are going to be formed over modernizing, commerce. Like, everything is going to be shifting and changing with it. It's not something that some people will love. Some people might think this is a horrible thing, but other people realize this is the inevitable thing. This is the direction where the world's going. So plan for it, and let me know your thoughts on this. Where do you see all this going? You think we're walking into an affordability crisis, and this partnership between Kroger and Microsoft is just the beginning of a massive shift that's going to be coming across cities, grocery stores, retailers, and our lives? Let's have a conversation below. And if you'd like to learn more about what I'm doing here in Cleveland, I'm buying Section 8 real estate. I'm buying deals between $60,000 and $92,000 in safe, quiet suburban neighborhoods. And these properties I'm renting on Section 8, you could rent these properties for between $1,400 and $1,700 a month. I think this is going to be a huge move forward. It's going to be affordable housing. Whether you're a retiree, whether you have an online business, whether you're a veteran, looking to live on a fixed income, everything is pointing towards affordability. So if you'd like to learn what I'm doing, you can go to singlefamilyinvestors.com. That's singlefamilyinvestors.com if you have $100K or more minimum. Singlefamilyinvestors.com, and click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call with me, and I'll catch you next video.